Okay, thanks for joining us today. My name is Marilyn Mapes, or Coach Mapes. I'm the department chair of the Kinesiology department here at Central Texas College. I'm going to be giving you a little presentation today on the public service programs that we have here at Central Texas College. A lot of people say that if you're doing something in public service, that it's definitely a calling, that you want to be there to help people or to push people or to motivate people. And I would definitely say that the programs that we have here in that area will help motivate you even more to want to do that. We have a little PowerPoint presentation for you today, and it'll cover different areas in the public service that we have to offer. If, like Sally was saying earlier, if you have questions, then just hit the chat. Okay, I'm getting feedback or echo.
Okay, let me see what's going on. Let me stop sharing real quick. Oh.
Okay, so
Is that better?
No.
Can everybody make sure that you're muted if you're in the WebEx? Because that is what can cause some feedback sometimes.
I need to be open though, right?
Yeah, you're fine. All right. Do you hear it now or no?
Let me tell you, I'm good. I don't hear any more echo.
Okay, great. Yeah. Let me share again.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so our presentation today, a calling or a career in public service. Like I said, most people feel like they are called to do that if they want to be in one of those areas. You know, this is going to include teaching, the Police Academy or the police public service, paralegal, business, not business, I'm sorry. Let me see what the other area is. Well, we'll get to that when there we go. Fire service, administration, Homeland Security, emergency management. Okay, I can't see below that. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, if you want to work with children, most teachers that I know definitely would say that it's a calling. Okay, because it takes special people to want to work with kids, especially little ones. I think you have to have a tremendous amount of patience. So we have a great child development center here, and I'm going to give you some more information about that in a little bit. If you're interested in fitness or athletic training or coaching or even teaching physical education, kinesiology would be a great area for you. If you want to protect and serve, we have a great fire administration, Homeland Security. The Police Academy is here. And then if you want a good start in the legal field, a paralegal is a great place to start. Public service, the benefits, you know, you can, if you want to be proactive and give back to your community, and it helps you to also be helpful in the real world where you can reach out and help. Maricela, if you can hear me, your host picture is taking out the slide. I'm also getting.
You can move
I
it.
only get feedback when you're on.
You're gonna have to move it because it's just where.
Oh, okay. It's letting me move now.
Yep.
It wasn't earlier. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you. Okay, so also, you know, make a difference in the world if you want to go into teaching or law enforcement or any of those areas where you get to help people. It's very rewarding. Next slide, please. Okay, the paralegal. Okay, this is also known as a legal assistant or a legal clerk. And some people would probably say your paralegal is the one who does most of the research and the work. Um, a paralegal is qualified to perform the legal functions under the direction and supervision of an attorney, court, military command. Like I said, that person is going to be someone who does a lot of the research and a lot of the legwork to help out a lawyer in their specific cases. Okay. And it's a good prerequisite for moving into law if you want to go into being a lawyer yourself. The earnings, as you can see there, there's a pretty good salary involved, and there's a good increase, and it can go up to, you know, over $100,000, which is always nice. And especially, you know, again, if you like to research and you like to help prove people, you know, prove situations right or wrong, I like to do that research, and this would be a great area for you to start, especially if you want to go further into the legal arena. And we have a little video for you here to watch. I think, there we go. Oh.
My name is Jason Heflin. I'm here doing a paralegal degree here. The program is special to me primarily because it's something that I want to do in life and eventually become a lawyer and eventually work towards being inside the courtroom. So I think this is a good prep in order to educate myself enough to get inside the courtroom.
Actually, what makes our program so special, and very unique, by the way, is that every single one of our teachers is a practicing attorney. We're not giving just some theory out of a textbook. We're telling you the way it really is because we do it every single day. We have actually two endpoints in the program. The first is just a one-year certificate, and that's primarily designed as a way to get qualified to at least get in the door at law firms. But ultimately, it culminates in an Associates of Applied Science in about 1.5 to 2 years. And that's really for those people who want to truly be paralegals or to go on to a bachelor's degree on the path to law school. Whether you want to just get into the field as quickly as possible, or you're willing to put more years in and ultimately be an attorney, CTC is the perfect start point.
Okay, as we move along, again, if you have any questions or you want to chat a question, don't hesitate to do so. Okay, next slide, I guess. Okay. Okay, teaching program here at CTC. We have a great teaching program. This is for somebody who wants to either become a teacher in the public school setting, work in childcare development, preschool, any of those areas, okay? With the teaching, you will have to get a 4-year degree, okay? So CTC is just a start, but this is a great start here. The department chair in this program is very knowledgeable in the area, and if you have her for an instructor, and any of her instructors for that matter, you're going to get a great start if this is the direction you want to go. The base salary at KISD, which is our local school district here, or one of the local ones, is $50,300, which is a pretty decent size pay for what you're starting out at. you will be able to get stipends, like it says, for bilingual, also for special education. If you're going to be in any of the STEM programs, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, most of those areas will get an extra stipend as well. And here is a nice video for you to watch that will explain a little more about the teaching program.
I do actually really enjoy it because our teacher, she just hypes us up all the time, and she's like, yes, you're going to be a teacher, you're going to do great things, and it's all going to be great, and here's why, and you're going to be part of it.
This program is the Associate of Arts in Teaching, the AAT program, and it's basically the first 2 years of a 4-year degree plan for students who are interested in becoming public school teachers. The first class they take in our department is EDUC 1301, which is Intro to Teaching, and they actually are put in the field right away. They have contact hours with children in the public schools at all the different grade levels immediately. Something else interesting about our department, and that I think is really helpful for students, is that we do have a good working relationship and articulation agreements with Texas A&M University Central Texas and Texas Tech University. So most of our students actually do transfer to one of those two schools after they finish their first 2 years in our AAT program.
That was Dr. Laura, and she's awesome. If you get a chance to work with her, you can't help but learn something. She's very knowledgeable in that area and very motivated. Okay, the next area that we're going to look at is the Fire Service Administration. Okay, this degree provides firefighters just the basic skills, along with some coursework in emergency management, business, academic areas, to move forward into an advanced position within the fire department, at which point I believe you have to go to the Fire Academy to move forward in that area. It's a growing field. There's always going to be a need for firefighters, unfortunately. I mean, it can be good and bad, depending on how you look at it. If you make it up to fire chief, you can, get upwards of $72,000. So that's not a bad way to, not a bad, what am I looking for? Job, career. Okay, kinesiology. This is my area. Okay, and associates in the science of kinesiology can help start your fitness journey. It can put you into areas of teaching physical education, being a personal trainer, of working with adaptive physical education, which is working with special needs. You can also teach. You can be an athletic trainer, which is kind of working with athletes and dealing with injuries. You can get into recreation and many other exciting areas as far as in industry, fitness industry. As you can see, there's a different level of earning there, depending on what you want to go into. Right now, the personal fitness trainers is becoming pretty popular. So if you can do that, my recommendation is if you are interested in being a personal fitness trainer, make sure you take a business class, because most people who are in that area want to have their own business, and that way you're in the right, the fitness part of it and the business part of it, so to be more successful. Okay, here's another great video. This has some students that we've had that have gone through the program speaking in this, so I kind of let you know what we're about.
The faculty is well-rounded. They're very versatile when it comes to dealing with the students and the different demands that the students need. They're also very knowledgeable in the information that they're instructing. Also enjoy the facilities. The facilities are very great when it comes to applying the knowledge that you learn in class. They have a full functional gym as well as swimming pool, basketball courts, all the things that you need to apply everything that you learn in class.
We offer an associate's degree in kinesiology. Within that, we have the degree itself. Of course, with an associate's degree, it's a great transition to a bachelor's degree so that you can then go into exercise physiology and a few different dimensions within kinesiology. With just the associates, if one wanted to work immediately, we can go into physical therapy, personal training, perhaps even athletic training. So there's quite a few opportunities. And we also have some certificates that are offered. Currently, we have a first aid certificate, and then we also have a personal training certificate. In the kinesiology department, we really have two separate components of it. We have lecture classes and activities. So for example, in the lecture area, we could take first aid, health, another class called concepts, which is a personal training style class. And we also offer the activity classes, anything from swimming, Muay Thai, spin bike, so various activity, lifetime sports type classes that we also offer. We love working with the students. We love our job. We have a passion for teaching. We really do care about the industry, and we look forward to having as many students as we can going through our program and making an impact in the world.
In our program, we have, that was Coach Shaler, and then Coach Willis was the one leading the spin bike class. Are two of our full-time instructors, very energetic and very excited and passionate about what they're doing. So they're a lot of fun to have and to work with. Okay, another area that you can go into is Homeland Security and Emergency Management. Okay, the challenge of preparedness, mitigation, response, and recovery from disasters and threats to our national security are endless. Okay, so upon completion of this, you'll be well-rounded in those areas to be able to serve as a Homeland Security, I guess, specialist or in that management position. There are the salaries that you can earn for getting into that area. As you can see, you need to have a bachelor's degree, and then also probably go on and get either your master's or your doctorate. Okay, child development. This is another area that Dr. Laura, that we saw earlier in the teaching area, runs. She has an awesome program. She has that child development center that's right over here close to CTC. It's right in front, in front of the gym. It's right out there on Clear Creek. She runs a program over there that not only, they watch after kids, but they teach them. It's definitely development. They teach them in all kinds of areas. I know my goddaughter went over there for, I think, 4 or 5 years, and they learn how to share. They learn how to set up a table. They learn, the alphabet, a little bit of how to read. They learn how to work together, teamwork. I mean, you name it, they learn it over there, and it's so awesome to watch. They have a situation where they set up so you can watch as a parent where the kids can't see you, so you're able to watch and see them interact with each other and see what they've learned while they've been there. And it's an amazing start for those kids. I will tell you what, it's an awesome program. And as you can see, there are plenty of childcare jobs available right here in Killeen, Texas. You have, besides having the individual daycares, there's learning centers, there's pre-K, any kind of areas like that, working with those children. There's a lot of them available, and they're always needed. All right, here's a fun video to see what they show over there, what they learn.
This program is special because after you get the classroom setting and learn all the material you need, instantly you're able to go in a real life child development setting and apply what you learned.
The Child Development Department includes 3 components. The first is the Child Development Program, which includes an associate's degree and several certificates. We also have the Associate of Arts in Teaching program, which is more geared towards public school teachers. And we have a Child Development Center lab school, which is where students can do their observation hours for many of their classes.
And our goal as a lab school is to educate future teachers so that they're ready to work in this field. When you're actually doing a hands-on work with the children, when you're actually observing the teacher, you're getting so much more knowledge than you would get just from reading a textbook.
Eventually, we want to get you into your own classroom or own your own facility and be able to, if you're a director of a center or owner of a center, you'll be able to, let's say you take child guidance course, then you're going to be able to give that teacher information on some positive guidance techniques, iMessages, problem solving skills. And so we want to make sure that when you're here for lab, that you're actually implementing what you're learning in your lecture or your coursework, and you're applying it actually in the classroom with children.
Like I said, they run a great program over there, and they give those kids such a big head start. It's, it's amazing what they do. All right, criminal justice. Okay, this is designed to prepare students for stable, rewarding careers in law enforcement, in corrections, and investigative services, protective services, all throughout the nation, local, state, and federal. Okay, this is for if you want to go into investigation, if you want to be a detective, and then on up from there. I know one of the instructors in their program over there even does some part-time work for the FBI. He's a person who studies the forensics of, I think it's like technology. Like he can take a phone, no matter how it's been torn up, and get some information off of it. So it can be a fun and rewarding job, and it's not just about, shooting people. I think, as a matter of fact, he said as long as he's been in the criminal justice area, I don't think he's ever even barely fired his gun. So it's not all about that. There's definitely a lot more involved in forensics. And, if you watch CSI, any of the cop shows, there's a lot of stuff involved, and it's even more, obviously more entailed than that. Okay, there are many different jobs in the field of criminal justice, which include law enforcement, corrections, probation officers. And you can see there the salary that you can earn doing those. Each have a different challenging part to them. I can only imagine, I don't know much about law enforcement, but I can only imagine that, being in corrections and a probation officer would be a challenging job. Okay, and along with the law enforcement academy, the criminal justice area, we also provide the Police Academy of Ctc. This is where there's a lot of areas around Central Texas. The enforcement agencies, they send their new recruits or new people that they're bringing into their units to train to be police officers. And we have that right here. It's actually right here next door to the gym. They come in, they follow the requirements that are given to them by TCOL, and they put them through a pretty rigorous training program over there to make sure that they are indeed trained to handle and deal with any kind of situation that might come up in that area. You have the salaries right there. You can come to the police department through, come to the police academy, through a police department that they can send you, or you can decide to come here on your own. So you don't have to already have a job. But many places that you go to, many departments, police departments, they will pay to have you come get trained. And here's a video that shows them doing some of the amazing things they do.
This program is special to me because it's my first stepping stone in becoming a police officer. I did the application process and got hired onto a department, and this is what's going to get me to that next step. It's a big milestone in becoming what I want to become.
The title of the program is the Basic Police Officer Course. It's mandated by TCO. We have to follow their curriculum. It's 696 hours. It's a 5-month course if they do the day course, and it's a 10-month course if they do the night class. Once they finish this program, they're eligible to take the TCO exam. And if they take and pass the TCO exam, they can be hired by any agency and become a licensed police officer. We have a very high success rate. We'll get with the agencies that need police officers, and we'll make sure that we put them in contact with the recent graduates.
I know one part of their training over here, which is kind of interesting to watch, is they have to go through getting sprayed with pepper spray and see how they'll react if they can still, keep focused enough to find a gun that may have fallen or to be able to block somebody who's trying to attack them. It's kind of interesting to watch them have to go through that. I wouldn't want it to be me. So are you finding anything here that's ready, that you're willing and wanting to go into, that's interesting to fulfill what you're yearning to do with your life? Because there's plenty of options there. So if you have any questions, now's a good time to ask. You can hit your chat button, and I'll do my best to answer any questions that you might have.
All right, please, if anybody has any questions, you're welcome to either unmute yourself or type the question into the chat. I'm going to look and see if there's anything on the Facebook side, if anybody has any questions. Oh, I did something. Let's see. Somebody said, thank you for the information. We appreciate it. I'm glad that you're finding it good. And then let me see over here. This is a good time to maybe ask any of those burning questions that you might have about your degree plan, or if you have any questions as to how classes are taught, things that you should be expecting from your faculty members in general, even if Coach doesn't necessarily know the details of every single class. She has a really good general knowledge on what faculty expects from students, especially since she's a department chair. She gets to hear not just what happens in her department, but what in other departments. So this is a really good opportunity for you guys that might be interested in participating or having any questions. I'm going to go ahead and ask, because I know that it's a question a lot of people have. If you could maybe talk a little bit about what can students expect in terms of how classes are going to be taught over the summer?
Okay, over the summer, classes are going to be taught online. So even if you have a class that normally, like an activity class, my department is actually offering an online walking class and an online weight training class. So what's going to happen is those are going to be kind of interactive. You're going to be given workouts to do, and then possibly be asked to record yourself doing certain things. And then you'll also be asked to share different numbers like heart rates, target heart rates that you work yourself up to when you get to those classes. We also have a lecture class. The Foundations of Physical Fitness and Education is going to be this summer as well. There are some areas, as far as the Police Academy, I believe they are going to continue to do the hands-on. They'll be on campus doing what they do. They'll just be social distancing. And then when we start in the fall, unless you're in a course that, in the summer, unless you're in a course that really requires you to do some hands-on, I think it's all going to be online as far as that go. But when the fall comes, we have been instructed that you will be able to do either an online or online blended, which means part of your class will actually be able to be on campus if it has, hands-on parts, which kinesiology does. And we will be having classes at the gym. They'll just look a little different in that, you have to be socially distancing. We have to have masks. We have to wear gloves. We won't be able to share equipment. So workout classes will be set up a little differently than we have in the past, but we're going to do the best we can to make it work. I don't know yet if we're going to be able to have the gym open for student use just to come in and work out. We haven't determined that yet. But, in the fall, we're going to try to get back to a little bit more of a normal, what we used to call normal situation. So you're just going to have to, just be patient and do the best we can to get through that.
Awesome. Thank you. Anybody else have any questions? Because if we don't, then I'm going, something here. I have somebody says, I already have a BA in ECE, early childhood. Is that early childhood? I don't know what ECE is. ECE.
Early childhood education, maybe?
I'm guessing, but I'm not sure. So if you can clarify that, we want to make sure. After watching the videos, I would like to take a kinesiology class if possible. Yes.
That's possible.
Yes, it is early education. So do you want to talk about what they might need to do?
Well, if you've already got a bachelor, if you're just taking the class to take a workout class, that's awesome. You just need to, if you're already registered, you just, go online and look at what we have to offer. If, like I said, it's going to be all online or online blended. So all the activity classes will be online blended, which means the blended part is going to be more of the paper part of it, or the informational part, as far as like whatever we give for reviews for midterm and finals. But everything else, the best that we can do, we're going to try to do a hands-on, depending on what what you're looking for. I mean, we offer fitness classes. We have some martial arts classes. We're going to try to do the swimming, yoga. The only thing that we're not going to be able to do for the fall is sports related classes. We will not be able to have our basketball and volleyball classes because there's not really a way to, yes, you'll receive credit for the class for sure. The activity classes are 1 credit hour. So you will definitely receive credit for that. Sweet, you get credit for working out. But yes, go online and look at the well, it starts on Monday. I guess registration starts on Monday, so I don't know that you can see it now, but when you get the first opportunity, go online and check it out. We have a pretty good variety of classes that we offer.
So for the summer, the registration is going on right now. If you have any classes that start in June or July, you can register for them right now. Classes that start in the fall, which would be at the end of, I think it's August 24th. That's the start date. The registration is going to be starting June 1st, which would be next Monday. What you can do is go to WebAdvisor, look at the classes that are going to be taught during that time, and you can go ahead and and pre-plan them. And then once June 1st hits, then you can go ahead and officially register for them. So that is an option that you have that you can start doing right now.
If by some chance that you register for a kinesiology class up to when they start in August and it says it's full, email me or the instructor, maryland.mapes@ctcd.edu. And we can do our best to see if we can fit you in that class or in another class. Don't just give up if it doesn't let you come in, because we do have other options. So, keep trying.
All right, any other questions before we wrap this up officially?
Thanks for joining us today. We sure appreciate it.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Coach, for giving out all this great information. Thank you for everybody for participating and joining in. We have our next session of the career clusters will be construction, manufacturing, and that cluster is going to be starting at 6 p.m. So you're welcome to join us as well. Thank you for everything. And we'll see you soon. One way or another, we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Marcelli.
All right.